Hey folks, today is April the 8th. It's currently 9:04 in the morning. Our 2-minute chart just started ticking along here. As you can see, our high volume node is now at 52.71. That's on the 2-minute. And on the 300 tick, it is 52.74. This morning we've really just been ticking along sideways here. It's been a lot of chop in the market. And I'm basically going to wait for it to break out in one direction or the other before I seriously look at taking anything. And I am in the trade room right now. I found that it's helpful or beneficial for me to see the vendor's chart as I trade throughout the day. I'm going to try not to worry too much about the chat room itself and just take a peek at his chart when I need to verify something or see something. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pause it, and I'll be back with you guys when we get it set up here. Alright guys, I just wanted to show you that we did have this aggressive scalp print here. But as you can see, it's going right into this buy zone. And there's also a low volume node right under it. I actually went back and checked on it, but that's why we didn't take this trade here. Alright, I'll be back shortly. Alright guys, I'm thinking about excuse me, taking a short trade right here. I'm waiting for this to cross. As you guys can see, we're in a sell
crude
zone.
oil trade.
Well, that changes things a little bit. We had this low volume node right here. But let's just wait and see what the market does. And of course, we don't buy into low volume nodes. And it looks like it reversed back up. So we're still pretty much just moving sideways here. Market would have filled us, but would have been about 2 ticks away from actually hitting the first profit target. So we'll see what it does. Alright, be back with you guys shortly. Alright guys, as you can see here, the oscillator just crossed below the 0 point. So that tells me I'm okay to take a short trade if we get any low volume nodes. And I'd actually prefer to take a short trade at this point, mainly because the market hasn't pushed considerably higher than the high volume node right here. And also on the 30-minute chart, we have the high volume node here at 52.84, or right around that level. And on the 120-minute, the high volume node is at 52.81. So these are just levels of resistance that could slow us up here. So I'd definitely rather have a short trade. And now we're just waiting to get a print or to get a manual low volume node trade set up. Hopefully we'll be able to do that before we get down here to 52.54. Because that right there will be should be a little bit of support at that level because the market's reacted to it right here. But we'll just wait and see what happens. The market is still really just going sideways. That's the thing about trading on Wednesdays. A lot of times the market's going to wait for the news to come out at 10:30 before it decides to go in any particular direction. So we'll just see what happens. I'll be back with you guys shortly. Alright folks, I wanted you to see this here. We do have a trade print right here. Thing about this current market, as you guys can see, it's just going ridiculously sideways right now. And like I said, it's most likely waiting for the news to come out in about 22 minutes. So we're just going to hold off. I don't want to get ticked into this trade just for the market to, start going sideways again. So we're just going to wait until the news comes out and then look at taking a trade after that, hopefully. Alright guys, we're now down to about 20 seconds before the CL news comes out. As you can see, the market continued to just move sideways. 10 seconds to go.
CL scalp trade approaching.
And obviously the spike was to the short side.
CL scalp trade approaching. Crude oil trade. CL scalp trade approaching. Crude oil trade.
Obviously we're going to look at taking a short trade.
CL scalp trade approaching.
Alright, so I think this level right here is a buy zone.
CL scalp trade approaching.
And I'm pretty sure that there's a low volume
CL
node
scalp
here.
trade approaching. CL scalp trade approaching.
Alright, we have a trend trade right here. Selling a stop.
Order pending.
Might try to jump in on that. The risk is pretty small here.
CL scalp trade approaching.
Order cancelled.
Didn't get filled on it.
CL scalp trade approaching. CL scalp trade
Should have
approaching.
got in right here, but market moved up past this level, past the 0 point.
CL scalp trade approaching. CL scalp trade approaching.
Alright, looks like we're about to cross back down below the 0 point, and we just did. I'm pretty sure we'll probably get another push down here, because it was a rather large deviation. I'd like to get a scalp print, ideally.
CL scalp trade approaching.
And again, I'm not taking
CL
this
scalp
trade
trade approaching.
because the market just crossed back over. We'll wait for things to settle a bit,
CL scalp trade
and
approaching.
then we'll really look at taking a short trade. Alright, let me pause it and I'll be back momentarily. Alright guys, we're back below the 0 point. We have this low volume node right here. So if the market comes back up to this level, we'll be filled at 52.46. It's right here at the high volume node, and our first take profit will be at 3.6, which is right here. And the reason this is an okay trade is because our profit is going to be taken before we get to this buying zone right here that's been hit a few times. Market hasn't really been able to push through it. So I want to make sure I can get my profit before we get to it. You can see over here we had a shift in the high volume node down to 52.42. So about right there. And it looks like the market wants to push through this level. But we'll see if it does, if it's able to. And there it is. Market was able to push through it. Another option for me here is to enter 2 contracts here and then 2 contracts here. Because you guys can see the market came down and already reacted to this level once.
CL scalp trade approaching.
Alright, we're at 10 minutes. Let me go ahead and pause it. Be back shortly. Alright guys, market never came back up here for us, but we got one of these chocolate trades. We have a low volume node right here, and then we have a selling zone right above us. So the market comes up to this level, will be filled into this low volume node trade. And I actually prefer to take them when they're especially on the selling low volume node, when they're right below a selling zone. And if I would have been able to get in on this chocolate trade here, as you guys can see, that has just about hit its first profit target. So that would have been an excellent trade. And let's see what the chocolate trades are. I think they're zone trades. Yep, zone trade. Look at that. First profit target just would have got hit. And this right here happened very quickly. Before I put my order in, we had already moved down past my price, which was right here. And now it's moving down again, coming closer to the second profit target.
Order cancelled.
CL scalp trade approaching. CL
adjust
scalp
this.
trade approaching.
This would have been just a great trade to get into.
Crude oil trade.
Alright, let's switch this to 5. Selling a limit.
Order pending.
We'll see if I can get filled here.
Order filled.
Alright, got filled. And again, typically I wouldn't have taken this trade because we had already moved down to the first profit target, but we've been in such a heavy down move here.
Crude oil trade.
I really wanted to get in wherever I could, basically. Because eventually, after all this, we're going to get a pullback eventually. The market's going to make up some of this.
CL scalp trade approaching.
Did you guys see that? The market came right down to my take profit level. It just didn't fill it.
Target filled.
There it is. Finally got hit.
Target filled.
Uh-oh. We gotta make some changes here, folks. Let's get this down there. Wow. Gotta push that down some. Okay, we're safer now. This right here is a reversal point, so we'll most likely get a push up at this
CL
level.
scalp trade approaching. CL scalp trade approaching. CL scalp trade approaching.
Wow, look at that.
CL scalp trade approaching.
Stop filled.
Had a lot of people into the market right here, and it looks like they were buyers.
CL scalp trade approaching.
This is the second Wednesday that I've taken
CL scalp
trades,
trade approaching.
and I gotta say, so far, taking trades on Wednesdays after the crude oil release has done extremely well. We do have this selling zone.
CL scalp trade approaching.
Market didn't come down enough to fill us on this trade.
CL scalp trade approaching.
But let's go back real quick and take a look from 10:30 on. Alright, this was
CL scalp trade approaching.
where the news came out. If you guys recall, had this sharp spike down. This trade didn't get filled. And let's see here. Didn't take this trade. Didn't take any of these. Didn't have an opportunity for any of these.
CL scalp trade approaching.
Let's see where our next print was. Alright, the first print that we had was this chocolate trade here. And like I said, I just wasn't able to get my order in time. But 52.06, we had this beautiful selling zone right above us. We also had this selling low volume node right above us. And it just dropped from 52.06 down to 51.65. So a pretty nice size drop there. Then also another print here. So from, what's that, 51.67 down to 51.61.
CL scalp trade approaching.
Then it dropped even further down here to 51.55. So that was a nice trade. Last contract got taken out right here. And then this print right here wouldn't have gotten filled. But as you guys just saw, every print that we got would have been a nice winner. Every print that we got that would have been filled would have been a nice winner here. So I think it's definitely worth looking into trading the Nodetrader system after the crude oil inventories. I know a lot of people avoid trading around the news time, but I think it might be worth looking into. Alright, let me actually, it's pretty far past the time that I normally trade. Right now we're looking for a long trade with the low volume nodes. I do expect the market to take back some of this move here. Market's not just going to keep pushing down. And we just had another shift of the high volume node. 62, see if we can get up to 72. Nope. Before hitting 72 we have this high volume node here, so wouldn't take that trade. I'm checking some of these other charts right now. As you guys can see at this little reversal point, the market came down right to that
CL
level,
scalp trade approaching.
touched it, bounced right off of it. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and stop today. I got some other stuff I need to get done here, but it's already 10:47. So I need to head out here.
CL scalp trade approaching.
But it's a pretty good chance that we're going to get a long trade. There's a pretty good chance that it might be a nice setup. But anyway, that's going to be it for me. We're at 18 minutes now, so I'm going to go ahead and shut this off here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.